Yo, you're talking to your man here at NBC. Today we're working on Paul's Sportster. Well, it's not a Sportster. Well, it is a Sportster, but it's more of a custom build. I can't remember who he said built it, but I will find out and put that down. It's a lovely bike. It's got a few issues, so we're just going to refine it. Get it started is one of them. Drain the fuel because it's not been running for a long time. And a bunch of other stuff that Paul's listed. But first things first, new battery, or if I've got a spare battery, drain the fuel tank, get it running. Once I've got it running, then I can start working through Paul's list. One battery out, now I'm going to take it over to our battery death zone to see if I've got something that will work. Cool, so I've stuck a new battery on. I'm assuming that is your ignition switch. Shall we see if it switches anything on? Nothing's happened. Nothing has happened, no headlamps. No, okay, cool, I'll have to figure something out. Okay, been checking voltage and stuff, came around the other side and just clocked the ignition switch. So the other side is something else. Let's try and turn this on. I think we've got action. I think we've got power. Yes. We've got headlamps on. Yes. I wonder what this thing is. So if we switch this off, what happens? Okay, so that's your high and low beam. And then what's this button do? Woo. Now we know the bike's got power. I don't know where the starter button is, so I'll have to figure that out. But before we do anything with it, I'm just going to drain the old fuel in the tank. There's no point sticking any of that through the carb, because what it's going to do is cause problems. So I came to drain the tank and there's not a drop in it. Cool, so the reason why the fuel tank was dry is because as I started filling it up, fuel started pissing out what I thought was the overflow pipe on the carburetor. However, if I show you where the fuel is actually coming out from, the overflow pipe should be down here somewhere, going off somewhere. Check that out. So, if that's been left with the tap on with a full tank of fuel, if you look just from the way I've done, in fact it's pissing out of there now, I can almost guarantee the crankcase is being full of fuel. So I think before we do too much is we've got to figure out how to get all that out. Right, so as I've just previously shown, we think that the fuel has come out and run into the cylinders and possibly washed into the crankcases. There's no crankcase plug or drain as such, so I'm just going for the lowest point at the minute, even though this pipe might go a bit higher, just to see what comes out. I might be able to turn it over and then it pumps straight out, so we'll see. It stinks of old fuel though, so it does kind of suggest that there's something around somewhere there. Old fuel has like a sweet smell to it. I always describe it as like Jamaican fuel smell because it reminds me of, I don't know, dodgy old places. No offense, Jamaica. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, it's normal. Right, so upon further inspection, this oil isn't very oily at all. And the way it's behaving when it drops out is a little bit sus. So we're going to assume that there's oil in the crank, so figure out some way of kind of getting all that manky stuff out. I mean, this is either going to go terribly wrong and very messy, or work really, really well, because it's just too much effort to turn it by hand, so I'm going to go on the starter. Yeah, boy. Okay, so I've just drained as much out as I possibly can. There's a few concerns that we've got on the brew, which I'll talk to the owner of the bike about. But yeah, as we thought, the fuel had drained down into the crankcases. Can't quite remember how long he said it's been stood, but it's got to be at least 2-3 years. So I think the owner's got some decisions to make. But otherwise, yeah, that's why when you leave your bike, always switch the fuel tap off. It should stop it draining into the engine, hopefully save you a bit of money. Right, so this is me, Matt, signing out from today's very short episode of Inbetween Gears. I thought I'd just give you a quick scan around of what's in the workshop to show you what's going on. So here we have Lou's Chicano style Softail. I've got work on that tomorrow. A couple of crash damaged and an old one. We don't talk about these three here for now. We've got some broken twin cams, the Sportster that I was working on earlier, which I'm going to have a conversation with Paul over the next few days about what he wants to do. Sam's working on a long-term project because the customer's told me he's coming to pick it up in a month's time, so we need to get that all finished and sorted. What else? This one's done. Dean, if you want to come pick it up, let us know. This one is a very poorly Sportster that I'm just waiting for a part to see if it's a crank write-off. Hopefully not. Sam's a grumpy mechanic.
Refreshing calipers. What you doing?
Yeah, refreshing calipers. Definitely not cuddling. Or any of that weird shit that mechanics do when nobody's looking. What else we got? This is a cool project we've got on the go. Lee's 2017 lowrider, twin cam lowrider S. Very, I don't want to say rare, but they're a bit of a special model. They only made them for 2 years and they were limited numbers back then. And I'd love one of these bikes. If I had a pick of a bike, that would be one of the bikes I would have. What else we got? Bars, we've got another Evo chop there, built by Count Customs. I've never heard of them myself, but apparently they're quite famous from back in the day. We've got to fix a few bits and bobs on that. That's about 20-year-old, that one. What else? We've got Christian here. He's here for his visits. I say hello, Chris. Chris is one of our regulars, waiting for some parts from me. I've not forgotten, I promise, Chris. I've not forgotten, I'm just waiting. Sales bikes, more service stuff, crash stuff. Yeah, there you go. No reverse gear. No, it's not no reverse gear. No reverse gear has been filmed though, episode 3. Neil's came down beginning of the week to do it, and hopefully he'll have pulled his finger out and edited that for us. Who else we got coming in? Ava, she's coming to do a lot of videos with us. You should give her a follow, a like and subscribe. We're doing mini kind of stuff with Ava where she's doing supervised work on her own bike because she A, wants to learn how to work on her own bike, and B, at some point we want to do something with female riders doing their own kind of maintenance stuff, but we're not quite sure of the details and stuff yet. But so I hope you've enjoyed my ramblings and Sam's bum and Chris's lovely face on Inbetween Gears. Cheers, bye. Also, PS, you muddy funsters, we've got on the 5th, 6th and 7th of September, we've got the Matchbook Custom Bike Show at the KKBO, Custom Culture Blast-Off. I could do with, we're going to take some of our own bikes to show off, but it'd be really cool if we could have some custom Harleys in there from you guys, our customers, to show what our culture is all about really as well. So there's at the show, there's loads of art and tattoos and bikes and scooters and cars and loads of stuff. And we're kind of we do the kind of custom side of things. You've got Josh from 666 Customs doing the budget builder bike off, I think it's called that. But he's doing that side of things. But we're trying to do the kind of show off side of things on the bigger stuff, I guess, is the right way to put it. So yes, if you're interested in attending / coming along / putting your bike into the show / coming and hanging out and partying with us a little bit, either get in touch or go to the Custom Culture Blast-Off website. Don't ask me what it is, but just type in Custom Culture with a K and find it. If not, get in touch and I'll send you a link. All right, seriously, goodbye. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.